What's up guys, 20XY, I'm Griffin.
I'm Sheldon.
And today we're coming at you with a video that's a bit more of a discussion, the topic being seeking challenge, asking the question, why is it important, how to appropriately challenge yourself, and sharing our own experiences of what does challenge feel like.
Let's get into it.
So starting out, asking the question, why is challenging yourself important? The status quo, or your existing condition, is something that should be challenged, especially as it relates to your personal and professional growth. Seeking challenge may take many different forms and can look different for you and your circumstances. I find it important to take on more responsibility at work, with friends, personal projects, etc., because it helps me stay accountable to things that I find meaningful. With respect to tenets of masculinity, it's important to seek new challenges in both thought and in practice so that you might ultimately find yourself in a position where you'll be able to lead others to challenge themselves similarly.
You have to improve yourself to evolve and grow. If you aren't working towards a goal, you aren't improving. A lot of people complain about where they are in life and why things aren't going their way. The only way to change either of these things is to improve yourself and your situation by working at it. Put yourself out of your comfort zone a little to make room for growth. Changing your perspective. All too often, people automatically go to the negative in different situations. By taking a step back, rather than automatically jumping to the negative, will help you not only motivate yourself to do better, but to look positively towards the future. I try to have a positive perspective into every new challenge I go into. This is what I feel helps every man have more confidence in every situation. One thing I really like to do to challenge myself is actually work out and work on my body. By working out every day, you're pushing yourself harder than you did the day before.
That's something that I feel we can both very much relate to, because in the gym or in a fitness setting, you can challenge yourself by simply adding more weight to an exercise or doing a different variation of the exercise.
Right.
But where I think that gets important is that if you find yourself doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're not really improving. Some might even say that if you're not improving, you're regressing.
If you go into a goal thinking, oh, I can't do this, there's no way, you're probably not going to get it done.
I think perspective here is very important. When we ask the question, why is it important to challenge yourself, having a positive outlook toward improvement or toward taking on more responsibility, toward challenging yourself is so important.
So next we're going to cover how to appropriately challenge yourself.
In my experience, the basis for challenging yourself is the pursuit of something that is measurable. I find that making small, attainable goals and tracking them periodically to be helpful for feeling like you're not only making progress in those things that you find meaningful or enjoyable, but also create a sense of personal accountability toward those goals. In terms of masculinity, I believe that dedication to a life of seeking challenge and adventure creates in oneself a sense of courage to face the unknown and to cultivate strength to lead others.
There's many ways to challenge yourself appropriately. Learn something new, set a goal, follow a program. You don't have to run a marathon or learn to build a house in order to improve yourself. You can try little steps such as taking a class on something you're passionate about or completing a small goal you set for yourself. Start out by just writing down your goals. Being able to physically look at what you want will start to motivate you. Being able to appropriately challenge themselves can better position a man to be a leader in both a personal and professional setting.
Can you give me an example of a time where unrealistic expectations of a challenge actually prevented you from achieving your goals?
Going back to working out, something that I learned really quickly as I started is you're not going to lift heavy weights overnight. It takes a long time and a lot of hard work. You have to challenge yourself a lot to accomplish any small goal. But I found that the harder you work and the more work you put into it, the more you get out of it. When you go 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, I quickly realized that I can do it and things are possible and that I am able to lift heavy weight after I challenged myself and worked at it for a really long time.
So we've asked why challenging yourself is important and how to appropriately challenge yourself. But now we kind of want to get something more into what does it feel like, and in our personal experience, share what we find challenge to feel like. For me, challenging myself feels daunting, or at least it should feel somewhat daunting. When I commit to taking on more responsibility or to challenging myself, I kind of find myself existing in both a state of anxiety, but also excitement toward the unknown and the potential opportunity.
Seeking challenge can be a scary endeavor, but having the courage to push through is what makes it all worth it.
I know I could fail, but that's okay. If I fail, at least I know it was important and I could maybe come back next time and do a better job.
Just know that when you fail, you learn and you know you're going to do better next time. It isn't an easy task, no matter what it is, but you shouldn't absolutely kill yourself trying to get there. Yes, you should work harder than most people, but know your limits. If what you're doing is doing more harm than good, then you might never get there. Take working out for instance. In order to have a better body than most people, you need to work harder than most people. But if you push yourself past your limits to the point where you injure yourself and can no longer properly work out, then you can no longer achieve that dream.
One thing in particular that many people overlook is the idea of enjoyment. Enjoying what you do will allow you to stick with it.
Exactly.
And will hold you more accountable and will make overcoming those challenges, will make achieving your goals that much more worth it. And you're much more likely to stick with it. Finding ways to enjoy the things that you take on as challenges or that you take on as responsibilities, I feel are a very overlooked aspect.
Taking on a new challenge can be terrifying. But if it's the right challenge, like if it's something that you want to complete yourself, it's honestly really exciting. I feel like that's how a challenge should feel. It should excite you. So it should scare you and excite you at the same time. Don't be afraid of challenges, to go the next mile, to keep going even though it's hard. This is what you have to do to be successful, to really achieve your dreams and your goals.
So there you have it, guys. Seeking challenge, why it's important, how to appropriately challenge in yourself, and sharing kind of our personal experiences of how does it feel to be challenged.
Let us know below what your goal is and what you're going to do to achieve it. Remember to start small and keep going. You can do this.
Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment, and stay tuned for more content regularly in the future. We're 20XY, Refining the Modern Man. I'm Griffin.
I'm Sheldon.
We'll catch you again next time.
See you guys.